What's happening with y'all, man? It's your boy AlixSZN back again with another video, man. And today we're going back to one of my most popular YouTube videos as of right now. You know, only having 200 subscribers, you know, so go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because I'm trying to help y'all boys out, you know what I'm saying? My last finishing badge video was a banger back in 2K20, but now we're on the 2K21. We're on the bigger things now, and I'm trying to help y'all out. You know, 2K's been out for a whole week, bruh, and we already on the grind, you feel me? So I just want to help y'all boys out once again, because that's what I've been doing this whole time. I've been in the lab. As you can see from my last video, my Giannis build video, you saw what builds I had. I have a few builds, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the lab, bro, testing out these badges for y'all to bring y'all another big time video. I also have my boys Shaq and my boy Blue helping me out here. They both got shooter builds, got playmaking builds, and they've been helping me out test all these badges just for y'all, man. We've been grinding for y'all. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go check out their channels. I have their links in the description down below, so make sure you go hit them up, go follow them. We stream daily content for y'all, so make sure y'all do that, man. But you know, it's current gen. Things are bound to change for 2K21 pretty soon here, you know what I'm saying? So this is just the current gen version of the badges. Hopefully next year we get not next year, but next gen we get some more, you know, differences between 2K21 and 2K20, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know which console I'm going with, you know what I'm saying? So let me know down in the comment section below. That's today's question, man. What system you getting? You getting that PS5 or you getting that Xbox One Series X, man, or Xbox Series X, or Xbox, or what? It has a million names. I don't know what it's called, but it's 100 different names for the Xbox. You get the next Xbox or the next PlayStation, man. Me personally, I've been rocking with Xbox since way back, man. Like, I mean, like way back 2000, like original Xbox, man. If y'all can see my Xbox right now, I even got the old original Xbox stickers on my Xbox, man. I've been rocking with Xbox for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking about switching teams coming here soon, but with the prices of the Xbox, you know what I'm saying, unless PlayStation got something else to pull out the bag, I don't know which one I'm gonna go with, you feel me? But that's not what we're here to talk about. That'll probably be in another video later on. Let's get into these finishing badges. You know, I don't want to waste too much of you guys' time because it's already gonna be a pretty long video. So stay tuned, rock with your boy, and just vibe with me, you feel me? So let's get into these finishing badges. Now, my main build is a finishing build, so when it comes to these finishing badges, I kind of know what I'm talking about, man. I do have a 90+% win rate in the park. I do be knocking heads off in Pro-Am, Rec Center. I'm a pretty decent player. I would say that I'm comp, you know what I'm saying? So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these badges. Alright, and we're gonna go through these badges in tiers. Alright, I'm gonna tell you what badges you shouldn't get, like, whatsoever. I haven't seen any improvements from last year. Actually, I've seen some of these badges not work at all. Now, everybody has their opinion, you know what I'm saying? But through all my testing, through talking to some buddies of mine, this is how I personally feel about these badges. So if you have any other experiences, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below to help other people out so that they can get the best, you know, advice possible. Because, you know, we all have different experiences, we have different build types and different, you know, things that we want to get to. Before I start diving straight into badges, I just want to give a few tips for all the finishers out there. All right, if you are a finishing build, my recommendation is that you try and go for the speed, like the agility, and the strength physical pie chart. That strength is actually a difference maker in today's NBA 2K game, you know what I'm saying? It used to always be about speed, but I'm telling you right now, if you want to get more blow by animations, more posterizing dunks, want to be able to back your defender down if you're an inside center or something of that sort, you want to go with the strength and agility pie chart, or just strength. All right, or you can go with the balanced pie chart for your physicals. All right, Do not just go agility. I'm telling you, you're gonna be making a mistake. Now look, I have a finishing build with the agility pie chart, and it is nice. I do get posterizers, but as soon as I remade the build, the same exact build with the strength and agility, I was getting posters like crazy, especially against people who don't have any strength, which most people don't. People are staying with that agility mindset and not really thinking outside the box. But I should have listened to Mike Wang, so I wouldn't have wasted, 50 bones on a whole new build. You feel me? So go with the strength of agility pie chart. Tip number 2, when you're making your build, make sure that your build isn't minimum weight. It goes along with strength, man. When you make any of these builds minimum weight, especially as a slasher, you're losing about 20 to 25 strength. So is there really a point of choosing the strength pie chart if you're gonna lose it all? Nah, do not go with minimum strength. Of course you need that speed, so you need to find a balance, all right? Around for big men, if you're about a 75 to 70 speed, you're probably faster than 80% of the builds that people are making out here. A lot of people are making either 6'8" paint beasts or like really big screen setting big men, because a lot of these bigs, they're playing to the meta. That's kind of the meta right now, making them big, heavy, big, setting the big body screens, because big screens are back. We're making another video about that later. They're playing towards the meta, with the shot creators and playing with that. But if you want to be your own person and really dominate as a slasher, you want to go with the like decent weight. It's probably best that you just stick with the normal weight and maybe drop it down just a little bit, so you lose maybe 5 to 10 strength for that extra +5 speed. You feel me? All right, so tip number 3, this is probably gonna be the final tip that I have for you boys, is that you make your wingspan as long as possible. All right, because most likely if you are a slashing build, finishing build, you're not going to be shooting like that. If you do have middies, then keep your wingspan default the same. Like don't try and make it smaller or longer if you are like a shooting finisher, you know what I'm saying? I do have one of those, like a mid-range specialist type deal. You don't want to make your wingspan too long because you won't be able to shoot, and you don't want to make it too short because you're not gonna have that drive and dunk like you should if you want to be posterizing people and putting people in the dirt. You feel me? So make sure you make your wingspan longer if you are trying to just be a finisher. All right, and you're gonna have better defense. You're gonna be more locked down, more Giannis Antetokounmpo type build. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into these badges, man. If you skipped to this part of the video, we're starting now. All right, and I'm gonna try and go through these badges one by one. It's gonna be a pretty long video, so stay tuned. All right, so badges that you just shouldn't get. All right, I've tested every single one of these badges, and I'm gonna tell you right now that some of these badges just don't activate like they used to in 2K20. Like I said, this is my opinion, my experience, and I'm gonna go with the first one is fancy footwork. I know a lot of people, have different views on this badge, but to be honest, I just feel like this badge isn't as strong as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? You used to be able to hop from one side of the key to the other side of the key with just one hop step, but it seemed like hop steps have been nerfed to the ground, at least for actually every build. You know what I'm saying? Even in my career, when I try and do a hop step, instant rip of the ball. And I thought it was my handles, because my Giannis build doesn't really have handles like that. It's like maybe a 60 ball control, 55 ball control or something like that. So I made a whole guard just to test out these finishing badges. I made a whole playmaking slasher who has a 90 dribbling, and I'm still getting plucked. All right, so it's definitely not that. I just think that this badge has been nerfed from last year. They have nerfed a lot of badges. All right, this badge in general is just not that good. I just don't know what it is. You can test it out for yourself, but that's gonna be the first thing, because I know a lot of people are probably testing this badge, but it just doesn't activate like it used to. All right, The next badge that you just should not get, bro, like teardropper. You don't need teardropper. You don't need teardropper. It's kind of a waste of badge points. There's so many other badges that are really key to a slasher or finisher, and teardrops are just not, like, I don't know. I personally don't do these that often because there's really not really a point in time where you should be doing teardroppers like that. Maybe if you're in a rec center, you know, you driving in, you do a little floater over the center, you know what I'm saying? But you're not doing teardrops that often, so much to where you need to put this badge on whatsoever. You can hit teardrops if you have a high close shot, like most finishers do. If you have a high close shot, you don't need teardropper. It's kind of a waste of a badge. Not really necessary in going into it anymore. All right, next, that's pretty much all the badges, I would say, that just don't really activate like they used to, that aren't really great for putting on this year, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go ahead and get into the next tier of badges. These are badges that aren't really necessary, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay if you put it on bronze at the most, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need it, you know, they're not necessary. And that's gonna be Showtime. All right, Showtime is pretty good. I've tested this badge on Hall of Fame. On Hall of Fame, it does boost it up to, I think, the E off of like a posterizing dunk. But the reason you don't want this badge on like that is because, like I said, it's not necessary. And two, like, if you're not going to be getting posterizing dunks like every dunk, you know what I'm saying? This is like a random point to the game, you know, you can set up for that. And if you're playing comp, they're not just going to let you just keep dunking all over them. It's not as OP as like flashy passer, you know, where you can get a lot of those off during the game and really boost your team's takeover like that. So I wouldn't really suggest putting this badge on, but it is okay having it on bronze, maybe silver at the most, if you have those extra badges that you want to just throw on and help your team, you know, boost them up a little bit. You feel me? The next badge is Putback Boss. This badge is pretty good. This badge is pretty nice, but it's not really necessary. I find it that it being on bronze is good enough. You know, it gives you just enough boost that you need so that you can go back up, maybe get a posterizing dunk after you get that O board. And also, you're not going to be getting that many offensive boards like that in this game, especially with you know, a lot of the centers being paint beasts and glass cleaners. You're going to be getting boxed out a lot in this game. But during those moments when you do get the O board, you can go back up with it, and you don't have to depend on your teammates to always, you know, putting shots up. You can get some points for yourself too. But I wouldn't really suggest putting this badge, you know, on Hall of Fame or gold. But if you have those extra badges, like if you have 30 badges, you're a pure finisher, you know, you could throw it on Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? It does give you some more animations and stuff like that, unless you do putback dunks, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I would only suggest putting it on bronze, because that's all you really need it for if you are a finishing build, so that you can get those animations at least, you feel me? So we got Putback Boss that I'm talking about, Showtime that I already talked about. Next badge I want to talk about is Drop Stepper. Drop Stepper is a good badge for bigs. All right, it is a good badge for bigs. I have used it on my guard too. It's kind of like underrated for guards, because you're like, all right, I'm a guard, you know, I don't really need it. But I'm telling you, if you got a bunch of playmaking badges, that means you also have good post moves, you know what I'm saying? And you could really just be throwing little dudes that be guarding you like out the way, and it's kind of a little bit underrated, you know what I'm saying, for at least for the guards, you know what I'm saying? But you don't really need it. You don't really need it. It's not necessary. That's what these badges are. These badges are pretty good badges that you don't necessarily need. So Drop Stepper, it's efficient, it works, you know, it does its job, but I haven't really noticed a difference between like bronze to silver. You kind of notice the difference from gold to Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? But it's not really necessary that you put it on. Yeah. So next badge is I think that's gonna be it for the badges on that aspect of the game. You feel me? Yeah, so alright, next badge is cross key score. This badge right here, I've kind of had mixed reviews because I can't really find a way to activate it consistently. It seems to really just activate randomly. I don't know what like how to really activate it every single time, because there's sometimes where I do what it says, but it doesn't really work all the time. So I wouldn't say that it's necessary, and I don't really notice that much of a boost to where like I put this badge on and I'm like, oh my god, this badge is like really OP OD. Nah man, it's not really necessary like that. It's alright. Like, it's alright. As you can see, you know, it boosts the ability of making running hooks, layups, or close range pull-ups while driving across the paint. It's alright. It's an alright badge. If anything, like I said, these badges you should really only put on bronze, like at the most, you know what I'm saying, just to get those animations and get the little bit of boost. You know, you don't really need it like that. Alright, now these next badges are really good badges to have pretty much on any finisher before we get to the really OP badges at the end of the video. These badges right here are like, I wouldn't say necessary, but these badges do make a hell of a difference, you know what I'm saying, when you put it on. Like they really work. They really go in, you know, they do their job. They activate when you do them. They're great badges. And I'm gonna go with pick and roller. Having this badge on just in general, like as a big man, is really necessary. If you're setting screens like that, this badge is worth it, because it helps you get off the screen a little bit faster, and it gives you a boost when you cut to the paint, when you cut to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a really good badge that nobody would be mad that you have it on. You know what I'm saying? This badge does its job, you know, and it's a great badge that boosts your shot once you come off that screen. You feel me? Next badge is deep hooks. If you're a big that has your post hook high, this is a really great badge to use and utilize, especially against smaller bigs. When you go against those 6'9", 6'8" paint beasts that people are making, and you have this badge on Hall of Fame or Gold, you could really get them in the post and just hook shot them to death. Like, honestly, like there won't be anything they can do about it either, because they're too small. Especially if you're 6'11", 7 foot. This is a really low-key OP badge, you know. And if you have max wingspan, it's very rare that you're gonna get blocks or even contested, for that matter. It's a really great badge to have, and nobody would be mad that you have it on. And we move on to the next badge, which is Pro Touch. Pro Touch is a pretty great badge to have in today's game. I'm not gonna say that it's OP, not just yet. Even though that I put this badge on Hall of Fame and magic has happened, alright? This badge is kinda low-key OP, alright? And I'm gonna let you know on some slide stuff because you came on my video, you feel me? I'm gonna give you some tools, some tips, man. Pro Touch is low-key OP. If you land it anywhere in that yellow, when you go for a layup, it gives you a huge boost. I mean, I'm talking about some of the most contested layups really make me just go crazy, bruh. Like, I really just be going crazy. I've had people, like 2-3 people at the park try and guard me up, right? And I don't notice, like you know, as a finisher, you know, you trying to put the ball in the basket, and there've been times where I'm like, oh snap, I didn't get that animation I wanted, and I'm going up for that layup, and I landed in that yellow, boom, it's going in. You know what I'm saying? Even those highly contested layups, the Pro Touch really does work this year. It's one of those badges that they definitely reworked and boosted. You feel me? All right. The reason why it's not in my OP tier though, before I move on to the next badge, is because I don't know what it is about bigs and layups, but bigs and layups are just not going in for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's the when you shoot with the meter as a big. I've had some of my other big friends just to make sure it wasn't just a me thing. Is when you go up for that layup and you put it in that yellow bar, sometimes it just flashes over. Even if you let it go at the right time, it will flash over to the end of the bar. I don't really know what that's about. I don't know like how to fix it. I tried turning shot aiming off. I tried like moving stuff around. And I even tried turning my meter off completely, and it just shoots over to late, like just randomly. I don't know what it is, if it's a bug or something, but let me know down in the comment section below if you're a big and you have that same problem, because if you guys are having that same problem, we need to make it known so that they can fix it and I can use my Pro Touch badge to its like most potential. You feel me? On to the next badge. We got Consistent Finisher. Consistent Finisher is another badge nobody will be mad that you have on. Basically what it does is when you don't land it in that yellow at all for the Pro Touch and you just throw up late layups, like a lot of people do. A lot of people throw up late layups and early layups, because layups are kind of hard to time, especially this year with the new meter. This basically makes it so that it goes in. You know, it lives up to the name, Consistent Finisher. It makes it so that you can finish consistently at the rim, at the basket, you know, and you don't really have to worry about timing your shot as much as often. It gives a little boost towards that, you know. It removes that penalty towards your layups and shooting. You know what I'm saying? It works. It does its job efficiently. I tried it on Hall of Fame. I tried it on gold, bronze, silver. I tried it on all of that. And I honestly can't really tell a major difference between all four badges. But, you know, just having it in general is pretty good, because, you know, you do get those times where you know, don't really time your layups like that. Alright. Next badge we're going to talk about is Fast Break Finisher. Now, last year, bro, this badge was kind of like, but when you put this badge on Hall of Fame, it actually does a little bit of magic, man. Especially if you have someone like my Giannis build. Go check out that video, man. I'm telling you, it's the best big man build in the game. When you try something like my Giannis build with downhill on gold, quick first step on gold, you run in the fast break, right? You have Fast Break Finisher on, your meter will go from 0 all the way to like a little bit more than half just off a fast break dunk, bro. Just off a fast break dunk. Look, it gives additional boost to players' takeover meter when successfully dunking on the fast break. You know how many fast breaks there are in a game? This badge activates a lot. Alright, especially for slashers like us, we like to get out on the break. This build, I mean, this badge is kind of low-key underrated because people are sticking to this box mindset and not really testing other badges and going outside their comfort zone. But that's what I'm here for. I got you. Alright, Fast Break Finisher is a low-key underrated badge, and I'm letting you know right now. Alright, I will make individual videos for all these low-key OP badges. It's another series that I'm coming out with, but I'm trying to get the main bulk of the badges broken down for you guys. Alright, I'm trying to help y'all out. Alright, so Fast Break Finisher, low-key OP right there. Alright, next badge that I'm gonna talk about is Relentless Finisher. Relentless Finisher is a badge, you know, it's not necessary of putting it on Hall of Fame. You can have it on gold, you can have it on silver, and be just fine. All it does is reduces the fatigue effects, like it says right here, improves players' ability to take a lot of contact by reducing the energy loss when attacking the rim. I don't really notice you know, a really big difference with this badge on or off, you know what I'm saying? But nobody would be mad if you had it on. You know, it's a decent badge. It helps you conserve, you know, your energy loss when because you do lose energy anytime you come in contact with a player. It's kind of like everybody has a bruiser almost, you know what I'm saying? And this kind of reduces that effect when you're body to body with somebody. Pause. All right, let's talk about What other badges? What other badges? Alright, so that's it for the badges nobody would be mad that you had on. They do their job. As you can see, it's a pretty good selection of badges this year. All these badges work pretty well, but we're gonna get to the badges that pretty much every slasher should have, or if you're a slashing build, or if you had a few badges around. I'm gonna let you know what badges that are really necessary to be efficient in this game and really dominate at the park in any of these modes, no matter what type of player you are, you feel me? So these badges are the difference makers, the badges that you want to have, the badges that are key, the badges that are OP. All right, and I'm gonna just go ahead and highlight all of them right now just to save some time if you just came to see what badges are necessary. All right, these badges do their job well and they go hard, you feel me? They go hard. All right, so yeah, these badges right here activate all the time. These badges activate all the time. None of these badges I've had a problem with activating. They do their job and they do it well. These badges are key to being a dominant finisher, a dominant slasher out here at the park, anywhere you want to be. All right, we're gonna start with Acrobat. Acrobat activates so much, no matter what type of layup you're doing. Pretty much layup, it really does give a boost to pretty much everything in the layup department. If somebody touches you, it's gonna activate. So that's contested finishes, all that, it activates. If you're doing a hop step, Euro step, any type of those fancy moves, spin layups, any of those, it's going to activate. It's going to give you a boost to your shot. This is a necessary badge that almost anyone should have. As you can see, spin, half spin, hop step, Euro step, cradle, reverse, a change in shot, layup attempts. It also doesn't say it, but also when you are in contact with another defender, it's activating and it gives a significant boost. It really does. This will help you even green layups. I've been greening layups once I put this badge on. All right, this is a really good necessary badge that any finisher in general should have this year. Acrobat is the way to go this year when it comes to making layups. All right, next we're going to talk about back down punisher. This is a key badge for any of you post scorers out there, any of you back to the basket bigs, you know, that want to get down and dirty and get in there and do those deep hooks like I talked about earlier, those post hooks. If you got that, this is a perfect badge to have. This badge will activate, and if you have it on Hall of Fame or gold, you're really going to throw off a lot of bigs, because a lot of bigs don't have that many defensive badges, and if they do, they're not putting on post lockdown. They're not. It's just not a badge a lot of people have equipped. And if you're listening to me from earlier and you have that strength plus back down punisher, no one is stopping you in the paint. You're going to get doubled, which opens up the floor for your bigs. I mean, for your guards. Your guards are gonna love you. All right, once they see that you have this on Hall of Fame, once they see that you have that really high strength rating and you're backing down people to the point where you're unstoppable, you know, once I put this badge on Hall of Fame as a big and I go to back someone down with that high strength rating, I was getting animations where I literally, those old post move animations from what 2K was that, 2K19 or 2K18, where those post builds would throw people out the way. Yeah, I'm getting those animations with this badge on, and it activates anytime you're back to the basket. It's activating. All right, this is a great underrated badge to have, and I have to put it in my highest tier, my highest category, because it is a necessary badge if you want to be a back to the basket big. All right, next, contact finisher. Come on, man. If you play 2K, if this is your first 2K, all right, I'm gonna explain it, but this has always been a good badge. It allows you to finish in traffic. It's a great badge to have with Acrobat. It allows you to put people in the dirt with your dunks. All right, you're really going to be efficient out here running with contact finisher. This is probably the like no-brainer badge to have as a slashing build. If you are a slashing build, you need contact finisher. If you don't have contact finisher, what are you doing? All right, you're at that point, you're just selling your team. I'm just being honest with you. Contact finisher is the most key badge to have as a finishing build. All right, I'm not gonna even spend too much time on that. Giant Slayer. Giant Slayer is a great badge to have for all my little small finishers, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to all my bigs, 'cause I'm a big man personally. That's just the field that I'm in. All right, but Giant Slayer works, it increases, you know, your layup efficiency when you're going against taller defenders, bigger defenders. It basically makes you a Kyrie Irving. It makes you a really great finisher against anybody. All right, anyone that's down there and this badge kicks on, you gonna dominate down there. You feel me? It really is a great badge to have for all my smaller guards that are like, you know, 6 foot to even 6'8", even. You know what I'm saying? But as a big man, you don't necessarily need Giant Slayer. I have had this badge activate against like really big bigs. I think it's like it will activate if anyone is in a 3-inch difference, if they're taller than you by like 3 inches or so. Don't quote me on that though. I'm not 100% sure. But if it's anything like the previous years, I think it is like 3 inches. Someone has to be taller than you for this badge to activate. So if you're really small, this badge is going to activate all the time for you. So it's a great badge to have. Let's move on to Lob City Finisher. Now, this badge is almost necessary nowadays to catch lobs, at least all the time. I put this badge on Hall of Fame with my Giannis build, right? And when I tell you, if you have a good passer, maybe they can even have Lob City passer on bronze. This badge, I don't know what it is, but I am catching lobs like no other, bruh. Like, I'm catching lobs from back here, bruh. Back here. Like, I'm catching lobs from back here, bruh. Like, it don't matter where that ball is, bro. I'm catching it, bro, and I'm putting it in the basket. I don't know if it's my build, because I do have, like I said, a Giannis build, 6'10", max wingspan, you feel me? And I'm catching lobs, bro. If I have a clear path to the basket, even if there's someone under the basket, those contact lobs with contact finisher on Hall of Fame, man, I'm booming, bro. I'm booming. And don't even get me started. If there is a good defender under there, and I got Lob City Finisher on Hall of Fame, with Acrobat on Hall of Fame, if you're smaller with Giant Slayer on Hall of Fame and you catching lobs, bruh, it's low key. We've come back from games, like, I mean, down by like 6-7 points just for them throwing me lobs and us going down on the other end and playing defense. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen any of my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. I catch those. I put people in the rim, bruh, using this badge. This badge is OP. Alright. Last but not least, our last badge that we're gonna talk about is Slithery Finisher. This badge is necessary this year. I don't know, like I said before, there's a little bug with bigs, at least, where I don't know if you know how to fix it. Let me know down in the comments below. Where I go up for a layup and it shoots my bar all the way to late. But this badge has helped me because it turns, basically what this badge does for all of you guys, you know, if it's really not understandable, it says increases a player's ability to slide through traffic and avoid contact during gathers and finishes at the rim. So if you remember me earlier talking about fancy footwork, all right, before you go and roast me down in the comments saying fancy footwork works, I'm telling you, like I said, this is my experience. You get ripped when you cut to the basket. All right, this helps so that you don't get that animation where you're cutting to the basket and they just slap the ball out of your hand, you know what I'm saying? This helps with that. But it also, what it doesn't tell you is that it helps with contested finishing as well. It lowers that percentage. All right, so somebody could be almost body to body with you when you go up for a layup, and it will turn that 25%, 30% contested layup to a 10%, 5% contested layup. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it easier. And as long as you time it with these other OP badges, Acrobat, Giant Slayer, you know, Contact Finisher, you're pretty dominant down there if the person doesn't have any defense. And a lot of people don't really rely on defense, but you know, we do. So as long as none of my boys are getting, you know, dunked on or anything like that, this is an OP badge, and I'm telling you, this badge is low-key OP. Alright, so stay tuned for more build videos and also more badge videos. I'm going through all the badges. I will be going through shooting, playmaking, defensive badges as well. I will also be giving tips for shooting, because I know a lot of you guys have been struggling, but I got tips for y'all. I got jump shot videos coming y'all way, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I got more videos coming on the way, man. I'm telling you, this is different, man. It's a pretty long video. All these videos are long, but y'all watch the last ones from last year. The videos are only getting better. As you can see, I got my face cam now. I got my socials down there. Make sure you go ahead and follow my socials. Go ahead, hit me up if you got any questions. You can DM me on Instagram. That's probably the most active place I'm gonna be at. Instagram. You go to my Twitter. My Twitter, you know, it's alright. I'll be on there sometimes. My Snapchat, and make sure you go follow the Facebook page, man. Facebook. We need to start getting that thing going. All right, I post a lot of my videos, a lot of secrets on there as well. That's gonna be going just for Facebook followers only. So make sure you go there too. But without further ado, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. This video is already long enough. We're coming up on 35 minutes, man. So I'll see y'all boys later, man. Peace.